Good morning and welcome to Herb Oracle Podcast, botanical divination with herbs, essences, flowers, and trees with your host, Herbal Marie. Let's start the day off pulling some oracle cards and getting a few messages. We can shoot the shiitake in a spiritual way-ish. And if you follow me on Instagram, I'll post a pic of the cards at Herb Oracle. Thanks so much for joining me. Here we go. TGIF, yeah. How funny and cool is this? I literally am sitting down to start this podcast and I see my screen light up with a notification. I just got a PayPal donation. Thank you, Carmela. Thank you very much for your generosity. She probably, you guys, everybody thank Carmela. She probably just changed the entire trajectory of this podcast. That's what humanity is capable of doing. We can be like, going this way. And then bam, we can just take a sharp left out of nowhere. And in a good way. Those sharp lefts can actually be really fucking fantastic. Like you can be kind of like, right? Merry Christmas. Happy holidays. And then boom, Carmela drops a generous, very, very, very generous amount of cash into your PayPal. And now you're like, oh my God, I love everybody. Well, anyways, thank you. Thank you very, very much. It's like getting a Christmas card. I think it's okay if I read this to everybody because you know what? I don't know about you, but my holiday cheer is a little bit wavering. Like I keep going back and forth. Like 1 minute I'm like fa la 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 la, and then the next minute I'm like fuck off, all of you, every last fucking one of you, right? Like what is going on here? Why am I flip flopping so extremely, so drastically? So this is when we gotta definitely find humor in ourselves and don't be so hard. It's like, hey, don't be hard on yourself for being human. Okay, and we do have a wide range of emotions and experiences, and we are all integrating a lot right now. And it is I was going to say the 21st of December. No, it's not. It's the 18th, but it feels like the 21st. Yeah, that's actually accurate. So it's like, I feel like the energy is charging at us so much right now. Like the new year is just charging at us. And everything's going fast and it's a lot. And if you're struggling a little bit to kind of integrate and keep up with it, whether you like call it energies or you call it the holiday season. See, some people aren't aware of energy, so they just think it's the hustle and bustle of Christmas time, which hopefully is less for you this year. I know, and it may or may not be, but just please know that a lot of it you put on yourself. But anyways, whether or not you're keeping up with it and integrating it, you'll know it by the way that you feel. Are you singing the indoctrinated Christmas songs or not? I literally went through all of them the other night, but just a little chunk of them, and made my own like ridiculous mixtape of a Christmas song because I just kept going from one to the next and it was kind of fun. But then like yesterday I woke up and I was like, so grouchy. But then my friends still wanted to have ladies' night, and I was like, all right, fine. Like, even though we just got 2 fucking feet of snow and like my car's completely covered and the driveway's covered. Yeah, I am going to read you my Christmas card here. Hold on. And I was like, all right, well, I'm going to try to make this happen. And so like in the process of trying to make holiday cheer happen, I got holiday burnt out to the point that I didn't even end up going anywhere last night. Yeah, I got the fucking driveway unshoveled. I did half of it, and then my neighbor saw that I was shoveling snow in my tank top because I had a sweater and a jacket and a hoodie, and then I was so hot I ended up being like in my dirty gray wife beater in the snow, in the white snow. My God, my muscles and my arms look fantastic. but it's like I was sweating and steaming, and then he came over and just finished it literally in a minute, which would have taken me a solid hour. So I'm really feeling it today, like in my lower back and in my sides and my ribs and my shoulders and my feet. Even my feet hurt from shoveling snow. How did that happen? But anyways, so then yeah, like it just ended up that I was exhausted and annoyed with everybody, and I just decided to stay home. In the winter, I don't really feel actually like leaving in the evening. So anyways, whatever. If you don't feel lined up with something, don't do it. That's just the way it is. You can't make yourself go. Like I even had presents to take, like little boxes of tea, which if you're my patron on Patreon and you need a last minute gift, I made a PDF download for you. It's for my patrons only. So if you've never given me $1, Merry fucking Christmas. Go ahead and do it today. Download your PDF or make one of your own. You can just copy what I did if you'd rather go that route. And you can just print them out on cardstock, or if you couldn't figure out how to load the cardstock in the printer, like me, then you have to glue it on cardstock, hole punch it, tie a piece of ribbon around a tea box, and bam! Merry Christmas. There's your box of tea. Happy holidays from me. Okay. Like that was it. It's a simple last minute gift that you can literally just go buy at the grocery store with your food stamps. All right. So anyways, thank you, Carmela, for donating to the podcast, to me, just because that's super, super duper generous. And I just want to wish everybody a Merry Christmas through Carmela's words, because they're so beautiful. Merry Christmas. Thank you for inviting the rest of us to join in with your journey. It does feel like you and us, your listeners, are on it together. I wish that I could listen more. Hey girl, me too. I never get time to listen back to my podcast. Anyways, she says, I wish that I could listen more. When I do get the chance, I am often right there with you in life experience and observation. Thank you for putting it in such a fun, cheerful context. Many times you have helped me to get back on track. And thanks for reminding us that we are truly all in this together. Green blessings for a wonderful holiday. Much love, Carmela. Girl, right back at you. Much love to you as well. Thank you so much. And yeah, she really made this donation feel like it was from all of you, didn't she? So yeah, once again, everybody send Carmela love for changing the vibe of my whole tune this morning. And, here's the one thing I do want to say. Don't feel bad that you cannot listen to all of my podcasts, because I am an overgiver, and there's so much. The joke in my head is eventually someday when I am an old crone, I'll re-listen to my podcasts, because I probably will have no eyes to see at that point, and I'll enjoy them very loudly. I'll have to play them very loudly. Huh? What'd she say? What? She's hanging out with a hoe? What? Anyways, on that note, ho, ho, ho. This affirmation minute is brought to you by the elegant herb of the week, Elecampaign. I am loyal. I am on the right path. By being in tune with Mother Earth, I strengthen and heal myself. I allow the energy to flow. I teach my wisdom through my actions, accomplishments, and words. I create the vision and follow it. I am loyal. I am on the right path. By being in tune with Mother Earth, I strengthen and heal myself. I allow the energy to flow. I teach my wisdom through my actions, accomplishments, and words. I create the vision and follow it. So be it. Okay, so thank you to Ella Campaign and the Knight of Pentacles. Was this one of your favorite herbs, or did he just get us through? Oh, you know, lavender and lemon balm and raspberry too. Let's turn all the Christmas songs into herbal renditions. All right, we'll put that on our to-do list. I got to do a throwback link somewhere on the Patreon page for Herbal Marie, because I don't think it was last year, but I think it was the year before. Although don't quote me on that, because maybe it was just last year and it feels like 100 years ago. I know I did a special holiday episode one of the years, and I think it was how to be more green or eco-friendly or eco-friendly if you're one of those types. And I should I'm not gonna republish it or anything, but I should at least shout it out and link to it. So anyways, are you ready? Let's get some numbers. We're back to the numbers. We're back to the numbers. Although I am thinking about, I love the numbers and I don't want to quit the numbers, but I also still want to work in other fun things for you too. That was really fun when we got to choose between a feather, a shell, and a piece of wood. That was fun. But I still also, since I am pretty much Ella Campaign and so loyal, I'm like, baby, I love you to my numbers. And I just always want them to be here. But today, I'm going to give you something fun. I wanted to give you something a little special this week. So at one of the second to the end cards, I'm going to give you a dragon. Yeah, I'm going to give you a dragon today. I'm going to give you an Ondarian crystal activation. Then a flower magic card, a plant spirit oracle card, a flower whisper, some of them fun little cards that I got at Goodwill, and a botanic whispers. So the fun little cards are 52 ways, and it's probably going to be something that you could maybe let go of, or self-care, or do for yourself. But they're cute. And then that's it. That's all you get. But I love the color of the piles because it's very green and black. The top card right now is black and white, and you can see the black border of the flower whisper, and yet there's this kind of minty green on the back of the plant spirit oracle. Yeah, the piles look classy, sharp. Ooh, jade and black, the light green jade. Just wear all black and then jade earrings. Woo! Okay, we got some numbers jumping out. Quite a few jumped out, but the one that wanted me to see it was 81. Okay, well, that's good because I was just going to keep shuffling while I thought about jewelry. I don't really wear jewelry so much anymore. I don't know why. I don't even have a ring on even one finger. I'm just really getting bare lately. I did wear my turkey spur necklace the other day over a sweater, but even then, I don't know. I've not been wanting to wear metal at all. Even at night, I've been taking off. I've just been sleeping in my underwear. I put on my pajamas to warm up, but then I get cooking. And I just get cooking from within. Our second number is 14, and then I've just been sleeping in my gutchies. And then at some point, I'll reach up and grab last number 78. I'll grab my smoky quartz or my rose quartz, and they're so cold and they feel really good on me, and we cuddle all night. But yeah, after a while I heat them up too. So yeah, anybody else sleeping with their rocks, or is that just me? All right, here's your numbers. These are cool because it seems that we're actually utilizing some of the possibilities of numbers. So 81, which made me think of 1981, because that actually is a year that a lot of people that I know were born. And then we have 14. 1 plus 4 equals 5. This could be our pile of change here. And then 78. What's up, baby? That's the year I was born. So 81, 14, or 78. Also, they each have a different color. Nobody's matching it up today. 81 has like a turquoise blue, 14 orange, and 78 gray. So, which number did you feel like you wanted to hear? 81, 14, 78. That's your choices, 81, 14, or 78. Think about it. Push pause, make some tea. Yes, you can be greedy. Yes, you can have all the cards and all the messages, and you're absolutely allowed to do that with me. All right, so I'm not even pushing pause, I guess. Okay, so our first pile that we will do, because I have tea beside me. Yes, it's black tea with honey and dry milk. I know, every week I buy the celery and I say to myself, it's time to get on the celery. And then every week I end up throwing out the celery because it's just sat there for 2 weeks, because 1 week turns into 2 weeks, and then I just like to buy organic celery and waste it, obviously. No, a lot of times I'll use it for soup if I notice, but like 2 weeks ago, all that celery went bad. So I don't know, like, are you noticing that like you can buy produce and then it's just not lasting very long? You know, and it's going quick. So I told my son the other night, I'm like, you need to eat these cucumbers, like right now. All right, let's see how we're going to do this. I should have just pushed pause. Sorry. All right, 81. So my sister was born in 1981. My ex-husband was born in 1981. I don't know. That's all. I guess I said I knew a lot of people, but I just really know too. All right, 81. 1 plus 8 equals 9. So completion. We talked a lot about that this week, didn't we? Yeah, we did on Tuesday, Terror Tuesday. It was kind of like, hey baby, you're wrapping things up and it's okay. And it's all right, because we're going to start new projects. And it's not just going to be an ending like end point, start point, like a lot of endings into each other, right? So it's like they end, but as they're ending, like fading and ending, you can overlap and start something new. So it's not always there's not always like a lapse in between projects. Sometimes your projects overlap, in my life anyways. So yeah, I have a lot of that going on right now. I'm ending, overlapping, and beginning. I got a lot to juggle, but it actually is the right amount for me, because I'm keeping up with it and I feel satisfied and I'm seeing a lot of direction and I'm not feeling overwhelmed. So that's all good. But as we come to the winter solstice, you know, is there anything that like you really, really are done with? Okay, that's the question for you. Here's your flower whisper from Tina T. Ames. Ooh, it's blue too. So the border of your 81 in this card, it matches real pretty. And it says, you can be a good person with a kind heart, ... and still say no. You can be a good person with a kind heart and still say no. Happy holidays. Ho, ho, ho. I think that's a no. So last night, like, I just could not leave my house. I was tired. My eyes were burning. I love my lady friends as much as I can love lady friends. And I had to say no. I had to say no to venturing out. You know, and it just didn't come together. And I thought to myself, you know what? Here's the moments where you override your intuition, and that's when you regret it. That's when you make yourself do something and you wish you wouldn't have. And so, yeah, it was pretty uneventful to stay home, but I felt good last night staying home with my kids and got the dishes done. And I was in bed by 7. I would have been in bed by 6:30, but there was a load of towels to fold on the bed. So I was like, oh, looks like I'm not getting a bed. Looks like I'm folding towels. But that was okay. It's not like I fell asleep before 1. I just needed to get into bed. Story of my life, especially in the winter. Like, I just really enjoy getting into bed. Especially after shoveling like a maniac in my tank top. Showing all my neighbors my guns. All right. Here is... Okay, so anyways, did you get your message? You're allowed to say no. And you're still a good person. And you can have a kind heart. And you can send love. But guess what? You're allowed to say no. You can still say no and be a kind-hearted, lovely person. That's your prerogative. That's your respect for your energy zone. You know? You're allowed to say no. It's okay. Sometimes it takes people by surprise, because especially if you usually always just are yes, 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 and yes. But listen to you, please. Now, your card is adorable. It also looks like somebody scribbled on it, but not with a pen, just with an impression. This card looks kind of rough. Like it maybe was, got banged up a little bit. But guess what? It's got a lime green border, and it's got these like little long confetti lines, and they're blue, the same blue as your border of 81. So all these cards so far with the green and blue are adorable. And it's called Simplest Pleasures Free. And there you are. You're down on the ground. Your elbows are on the grass, and your chin is on your fists. And you are observing, I guess, a little bug, because it has 4 legs, but the wings almost look like a bird. It's the biggest bug I've ever seen. Maybe a ginormous beetle. And you're just like, hey, what's up? And you're just watching it, like observing it. Like, you're not just, oh, hey, look, there's a bug, and you keep on walking. No, you're down there for the duration of whatever this bug has to offer you. It's like watching a bug show. Right. So anyways, here is your message. Here are some simple pleasures that you can have for free. Walk barefoot in the grass. Lick raindrops off your lips. Read a library book. Bury your feet in the sand. Take a bubble bath. Hug somebody. Yeah, I want to hug somebody. Give a face massage. Watch bugs. Wish on a star. Find animals in clouds. Crawl into warm pajamas. Oh my God, yes, now we're talking. Share a joke. Trade secrets with a friend. Smile at nothing in particular. Oh, good. Now you're acting like me. Laugh at nothing in particular as well. Just bust out in laughter if that's what you feel like doing. But yeah, there's a lot of things that we can take pleasure in that are for free, that are just here for us, that are like gifts and blessings and opportunities for enjoyment. And you can have them if you want them. But it's almost kind of like, too, you have to get kind of in that mood to enjoy it, you know? Like, yeah, you can either like put on your pajamas, or honey, you can put on your pajamas. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, get into that really state of, yeah, it's a very like pleasurable, sensual kind of way of being, like you know, you'd put on your sweater or you're wearing your clothes that you have on now, like did you feel how they feel? Like put your hand on your leg and feel the softness of the fabric or the texture of the sweater. Like just sort of give yourself a little love, what would that be? A tickle, a scratch on the head, right? Just feel your hair for a minute and feel how good that feels. Like these are all things that you can do for free. Don't ever let the lack of money stand in your way of enjoying life, because you can just enjoy the grass, you can watch a bird, you can literally read books for free. You have to get to the library somehow or borrow them from a neighbor. Actually, right across from me there's one of them book, did they do this in your state? Put these book share, it looks like a big old bird feeder is what it looks like, but you can lift up the plexiglass front of it and there's books inside. They're all horrible here. Whoever stocked them, I know. I should put a book in there, but I don't know if anybody else uses it. But it's still cute idea that like neighbors could share books without interacting with each other. So maybe it's not that cute, but it's like a community book share. I know I do that with my neighbors and friends and mother with magazines, right? If somebody gets a magazine, guess what? We all get to look at it. So that's real nice to do. And if I get anything passed on to me, I like to pass it on for free as well. But you can just start really like doing more things that bring you pleasure, and they can just be free, you know? It costs you nothing to rub your feet. You can grab your foot at any moment and give yourself a foot massage. Yes, get yourself a foot massage. Bury your feet in the sand. Well, I guess if you got sand. Anyways, you get the point. Maybe for you, you got this, you can still say no, and now you're getting simple pleasures for free. So I'm just going to take a guess and say there's a good chance you might be strapped for cash. And you're kind of feeling it this Christmas, you know? And so it's like, listen, you don't have to spend an extra $200 running around all over buttfuck Egypt, right? That's what we always call it. When you're just all over the place and out in the middle of nowhere and where are we at? Buttfuck Egypt. What does that even mean? I don't know. But anyways, if you need to pare down and tone it down and save money, like, listen, I can't buy everybody gifts this year. I just can't, you know? It's okay. It's all right. You don't have to do anything you can't and don't want to do. You can say no, and you can do things for free. So it's like, hey, maybe you don't want to buy everybody a bunch of garbage, literally, that they don't need anymore. There's nothing they need. There's nothing they want. Like the gift is a nice gesture, but it's like you're just wasting your money because you know they're going to throw it out or donate it to Goodwill. So instead of wasting your time and money, you could do something for free or almost free, you know, like host a potluck dinner, or, you know, have everybody over to make cookies that you frost and decorate, and then everybody gets to take a plate of cookies home with them and have fun together. You can like play some music and, you know, make some hot cocoa or whatever. So maybe that's kind of where you're feeling like you're at this holiday season, or just in life. Maybe minimalism has romanced you. You don't want any more stuff. You gotta then understand that instead of going to the mall or spending an hour online shopping, you know, it's like, okay, I gotta find pleasure in other things now. I gotta find some simple pleasures that doesn't accumulate stuff, doesn't cost money, and that's readily available to me. Now, you've got an essential oil today from Botanic Whispers, and it's sandalwood. Now, sandalwood is not free. Oh, you're going to pay for that. But a little bit goes a long way, right? So Let's see what she says. Now, we've had her before. She's sitting in meditation. So you've seen her probably. She's got her hands like up in front of her and then crossed. Wait, how is she doing that? She's very flexible. She's got her arms like pretzeled up in front of her face. So you're actually only seeing her gloriously bronzed cheekbones and a little bit of her eyes. And there's a statue behind her. And there's this message of sacred connection and maturity. So probably now, onto that list of simple pleasures for free, we will add meditation. We will add chanting. We will add mantras and affirmations. Like we have affirmations here every week. You can find them anywhere on the internet. You can make up your own, and you can, use them to help you get grounded or connected, and you don't even have to have any of those things. You can just sit and breathe. That could be one of your simple pleasures. And that will help you connect to the energy of who you truly are. Now, the flip side of this card is energies like restless, inflexible, detachment. So when we're not getting enough sandalwood essence, I'm talking energetically, but man, I haven't had sandalwood for so long. But here's what I did with I only ever had one bottle of sandalwood, and like a year ago it was empty, but yet I could still smell some in it. So I put oil in it, and then I put that oil in some more of a base oil. So I kind of like shook it around a few times to try to get every last drop of the sandalwood out of it. And I'm almost done with that, but I use it on my face and hair, and I can just pick up the slightest remembrance of sandalwood in it. And I love it, absolutely. So here's your affirmation. She says, when grounded, I am able to stretch my limits to deepen my connection to the divine. My spirit is ageless and sacred. So yeah, it just kind of goes along with, getting into life in a sacred way, enjoying the pleasures that are all around you, the beauty of nature, the interconnectedness of spirit through everything. That's a maturity that you are ready to step into. That's a connection of your sacred self to all things. And then you see yourself in all things, and you see all things in you, and that is exactly how you are able to watch a bug for 25 minutes, just because you're just enthralled and absolutely full of adoration for life. All right, now where are we going? We're going to go down here to your plant spirit oracle. Ooh, you got fire, passion, energy, movement. So it's like, whoa, here we started out with all this blue. We kind of had to get you out of the blue, right? You were kind of feeling bad because you've been saying no, and you're like, am I still a good person? Yes, you are still a good person, even if you can't buy everybody a sweater from the Bon-Ton this year. Okay, you're still a good person. You're gonna enlist and instill within yourself first these simple pleasures for free and this connection to life, and then you're going to light the fire of that within you and everyone around you. And so pretty soon, nobody's going to want to overspend and get into debt during the holidays. Everyone's just going to come together and love each other and give hugs and make cookies. And it's like this passion, this energy, this movement. It's so warming. It's so comforting. It's so enlivening. It is life. You're finally starting to live your life. And yeah, you didn't have to spend anything to do it except quality time with yourself and others. So this is an awesome card. Like the sun is like roar, just beaming and flaring all these sun rays of fire. And in the sun, there is a maple leaf. And then there's the helicopter seeds down. I don't know. It's like in the middle of a red clearing, and there's a forest around it. So yeah, there's a lot of passion, energy, and movement in this card. And of course, the maple makes me think of abundance. There is an abundance of energy for you. So yeah, let's use it. There's an abundance of simple pleasures. So let's enjoy them. Your flower magic card. This is from Rachel Patterson. You got support. You've got some support here. It's violet, and there is one sister hugging another sister, and they both have so much eye makeup on. Like, wow, my eyes are burning just looking at them, but they look fantastic. Very mysterious and very, very like, I don't even know like what's like a high-end fashion. There they are. So anyways, they're violet and they're support, and like I said, hugs are free. That's a simple pleasure, support of others, coming together, letting others be around you, you being around them, just really loving that. Yes, like Carmela said, we are all in this together. But you have that in your life too. So I'm happy to get that fire going within you. If like you didn't really feel like you were in your journey of life together with anybody, yes you are. We're in it together, and you're in it with all the people in your life as well. All the bugs in your life. All the bugs in your life, all the animals in your life, all the everything in your life is here to support you. Yeah. The rocks, the trees, the plants, the animals, your family, your friends, your loved ones, your co-workers. I know it don't seem like it, especially on Monday mornings, but yeah, it's all support. The wind, the flowers, yeah, everything. And especially Father, Son, absolutely, and Mother Earth are here to support you. And Violet says, honor and love those around you. Lend support, and it will be returned too. Hold up your friends and those you love, for what lies below also stands above. Demonstrate your loyalty and readily commit. Anything less, and there could be a split. So this is kind of interesting because like we started out with, you can be a good person and a kind heart and still say no. It's like, it's not saying like shun everybody out of your life, but like if you can still say no and be like, and I love you so much, I don't feel in alignment with going, but text me when you get home and send me a picture. You know, it's like, if you're not feeling it, you can still do that. Like, still offer support. And here's the other thing I love that Violet ties in. It says to lend your support, and it will be returned too. So talking about simple things for simple pleasures for free, it said nothing about purchasing support. It's like lending it. Like, I'm lending this energy out to you, and it's going to be returned to me. Right? So that's how it works. That's why you want to keep it going. If you don't, yeah, it's like a plant. If you don't water a plant, it's not gonna last very long, you know. And so if you don't water your relationships and your connections, they will dwindle as well too. And in this reading, it doesn't take any amount of money to water the things that you want to enjoy. And yeah, and then all that watering gets the fiery passion moving, the energy flowing. So anyways, that is basically your message. The two cards that we're ending with is, remember, I'm giving you a dragon. So I don't know where you're going to put it, but here it is for you. And then you're going to get an activation from a crystal, from an Andara crystal. All right, so your dragon matches your fire card. You got the orange dragon. Now, it's cute. This is Donna Cooper. D. Cooper, whatever her name is. Diana? Donna. Who is it? It's either Diana or Donna. I think it's Diana. Because I think Donna Cooper is the lady that does the recycling in my county where I live. Yeah, I think it's Diana Cooper. Anyways, listen to this. This is your message. The orange dragon brings you the message of community. So you are supposed to have parties where you make cookies. I knew it. And here's the orange dragon. It says, brings soul families and communities together. So you got violet support, and you are kind of, well, everybody's doing this in their own lives, but you are being asked to maybe broaden that a wee bit, or, understand that, it's not just your blood relatives, soul family and community. The orange dragon wants to help you bring more of this together. Spread belonging, warmth, and oneness. Bring people everywhere together. So you got an orange dragon who kind of is like, it almost looks like he's got Christmas lights draped around him in a way, because he's got this green rope string like over his shoulders and forearms, and then out of his hands he's got these lighted globe bubbles floating up from him. So it just kind of seems like Christmas lights, because I just put up a whole bunch of green and white Christmas lights. But yeah, you want to bring people together. Bring that passion and energy. Know when to say no, or know when to, retract your money, or understand that, hey, if you don't have enough energy to do it all, you can still say no. Your heart's still in the right place. They can still have the party without you, whatever, but you can help bring it together. You can send your love, you can send your energy, you can send your blessing, or you could just show up and enjoy the simple pleasures as much as you want. You could go within, enjoy it there. You got so many options. This is good. All right, so enjoy your orange dragon. And we're back to blue. Ondarian Oceanic. It's like ocean, but I see oceanic. It's oceanic, blue-green. Okay, so now we're back to blue. But interesting that you've got so much orange now and red, but the blue, the ocean, the water, the kindness, the love. Oh my gosh, if you were by the ocean, you could put your feet in the sand for free every day. Oh my goodness. That would be a life I don't know of. That sounds fun. But anyways, here's your activation, and I wish you a happy holiday. I am the color of the deep blue-green ocean. Like the ocean, I am expansive and vast, a perfect and unique reflection of you. This inner space is where you can rest in the arms of your inner divine and experience peace, serenity, and tranquility. Gaze into my being and allow yourself to access a state of pure presence. My energy can bring you into present moment awareness. Allow my energy to calm your mind. Be still and know that you are God. You are the light of the world. Fa la 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 la. All right, on to this middle pile, 14. Now, I'm curious what your card, your letting go, is it? No, it's 64 ways or something. Hold on. I'll tell you what these cards are. It is, dang, I don't know now. what they're called, but the cute little cards. I'm curious what yours says, because the first word I see say Americans take pride. And I stopped myself from reading the rest because I like to be surprised along with you. And I try not to prepare. How do you prepare for your podcast? I don't. I do my best to not prepare one little bit. And that's just the way it seems to work best. But anyways, what I'm curious what it's going to be about, but what it made me think right instantly was whenever it said Americans, whatever, I was thinking about how on Twitter, I'm following a lot of people now, or getting notifications, because like I followed like one person in the UK, and now like I see all the tweets that they like or they retweet, and a lot of them don't make any sense to me at all. Including their sense of humor. And some of them, I'll just admit it, I'm like, haha, are we laughing now? Ha 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 ha, like what? But anyways, and so I'm getting like their viewpoint on a lot of things and seeing like what kind of world like they're in, and then I've been watching another Canadian lady, and yeah, like it's interesting to get out of America every once in a while and step into other people's worlds, and like, yeah, that's been kind of interesting. So let's see what it even says. I have absolutely no idea, but this is the middle pile. It's number 14. If you went with that, it's got an orange border. 1 + 4 = 5. The number of change. Are you American? Like, even if you're not American, I notice that all eyes are on America all the time. It seems like it. I hope not. I hope if you live in another country, you ignore us. But yeah, like we seem to set the pace for a lot of things, or maybe we're just good entertainment too. Like, oh my God, look at this fuckery. Look at this shit show. God bless America. You got the card, foreign exchange. Ooh. So this has I didn't look at the other side because, I don't do that. And there is maybe a Tibet person who's wearing like a gold outfit with a red dot on his forehead or her forehead, and she's cross-legged yogic pose, hands out, and she's meditating, or he's meditating. She's meditating. This person is meditating, and the message is foreign exchange. And now I'll read the back. We'll see what this is about. Americans take pride in their fast-paced, demanding work ethic. However, there is such a thing as working too hard. Consider how people in other cultures view work as an important part of life, but not as the sum total of their existence. Europeans reward themselves with ample vacations every year, taking at least a month away from the office, spending it with their families. 80 and 90-hour work weeks aren't regarded as a universal routine. So stop for that coffee or tea break. Arrange your schedule so you can attend those important family events. Pick and choose what strikes you as desirable about other cultures, work patterns, and lifestyles. This multicultural perspective might help you determine what's your style and not just the American way. Of course, like I'm thinking, is that like Japan where they just have like towers of skyscrapers and offices on top of each other, and people work, like they basically work to death every day. So anyways, I actually think there's some places in the world where workaholism is more extreme than America. But yeah, people are workaholics here as well in a lot of ways, or they were until they weren't allowed to go to work. But yeah, people maybe need to reevaluate. So it's like sometimes like people will go traveling and they'll see how other people live, like this is kind of going along with me following people on Twitter. Sure. You get a taste of their perspective, especially if you can actually go there and be there. Like, people aren't working dumb jobs 8 to 10 hours a day. They just are not doing that. They're living life. They're having dinner with each other. How do they do that? How do they do that? How do they function? So this is just kind of like, hey, 14, 1 plus 4, number 5, number of change. Maybe there's a few things in your daily life schedule that you might want to change. Is it working for you or not? Are you missing out on real connections or not? Do you need to take a break? Do you need to take a little breather? Meditate, slow down, take a month off? Sure. What will you do with yourself? Who knows? Okay, so that is the vibe so far. Your Flower Whisperer by Tina T. Ames says, weeds are flowers too once you get to know them. And so the color of these two cards is predominantly purple, purple magenta with a touch of blue. So these weeds that maybe if you're working so hard, you just are like, oh my God, what are these weeds growing everywhere? But actually they're flowers. You just didn't get it because you didn't take the time to get to know them. So if you're looking about in your life energetically as an analogy and seeing everything as a weed or a nuisance or you don't have time for this shit, maybe this is your message to slow down and get to know them. Get to know the people around you. Get to know your family. Get to know what friends you have left. Get to know the plants. Get to know the herbs. There are lots and lots and lots of herbs that could help you do a foreign exchange program in your life and get you to slow down and take a different pace. Something to think about. Okay, let's see what your essential oil is from Botanic Whispers. Ooh, cedarwood. Nice woodsy smell, cedar wood. They make a cedar spray that kills fleas, I think. Cedar's good to put in, I think, your dog's bed, stuff your dog pillow with cedar or something. Cedarwood also has the message today. She's very impeccable. She's very, she looks like she's a workaholic, to tell you the truth. But she comes in with a message of wisdom, eternal purification. Yeah, she's been working eternally. She's an eternal being. She's never going to quit working. So yeah, I don't want you to feel like you're I'm condemning you for working hard. Hello, who's calling the kettle black? I work from sun up to sundown, and lately in my dreams I've been working too, and I can tell, I can feel it in the morning. Now she also comes in with her negative attributes would be unworldly, corruption, and death. But I'm really feeling the wisdom, purification, and just like your first card said, to observe foreign countries and other cultures for some influence in your life right now. She too is kind of saying the same exact thing with your ancestors, with the ancients. So she says, I learn from the wisdom of the ancients and am reborn in the knowledge that every ending brings a new beginning. So it's kind of like you've been running the rat race, perhaps, and now you're just sort of feeling connected to Native American traditions and, maybe doing things more in nature or by hand or with more reverence, slowing down or getting into in nature, into the woods, or just tapping into their way of life. So foreign exchange maybe for you could be another country or another time and place. Think about what life would have been like in Lemuria or Atlantis, those times, or Mayan, or Celtic, or like Alaskan, but we're going like way back, you know, or maybe in the rainforest. Like, you know, pick any time, any place, and see what you want to bring from that, what wisdom you want to bring from that place into your life now. Okay, your plant spirit oracle from Dana O'Driscoll is knotweed. With a big old knotweed knight in it. He's got full armor. It is the polar opposite of the meditating Buddhist above him. He's in the knotweed, and he does have a message of defenses, resiliency, and preparation. What in the world? So all I can guess, if this even is part of if this guy's even supposed to be here, is you have been a workaholic because you have felt like you have to. You have to be prepared for the future. You have to be prepared for the worst. You have to have all defenses activated at all times, ready for anything. Work, 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 work. Stash, stash, stash. Prepare, prepare. And it's like, whoa. You are very resilient and you are good at what you do. And fuck yeah, now you're prepared for anything. Is that how you want to keep on going? Because that heavy armor, it's kind of weighing you down. Yeah, the heavy armor looks heavy. Yeah, it really does. You got a big old leaf, a knotweed leaf as a shield. That is cool. I would keep that. I would keep the antlers of branches growing out of your head. Absolutely, I would keep that as well. But how much flexibility do you have in this outfit of armor? When your defenses are up all the time, can you even see anything, let alone give yourself the opportunity to get to know the weeds and the plants and see them all as beautiful flowers? I mean, are you meditating in that, in your armor? Are you? Or are you feeling, right? So anyways, let's just keep him there for now as kind of like, okay, so you have a choice. You have a choice with this number 14. Do you want to keep on the way you've been keeping on? Or do you want to be reborn into the knowledge of a more expanded, wiser, calmer, enjoyable you? Your flower magic is Dahlia, and she comes in with a message of dignity. So all of your characters in front of me, that is something that they all have in common. Whether it's the cedar wood priestess queen, who looks like she's straight out of Egypt. I forgot to tell you that. She looks like she's straight out of Egypt. Whether it is the meditator, whether it is the knight in shining knotweed armor, or this flower Dahlia with a young woman who's wrapped in a burgundy maroon, satiny, beautiful fabric. They all contain the energy of dignity. They all are like chins level with the ground. They're all looking you in the eye except for the meditator, and the meditator's looking at me with the third eye. I can't see the knight's eyes, but he's staring straight at me. It's all very honest, dignified energy in all four characters. So I feel like, you know, pat yourself on the back. You do have that going. But do you want to be a rigid warrior, or do you want to maybe soften up just a little bit? soften up and purify yourself with that eternal wisdom just a little bit. Exhale completely, just a little bit more than you normally do. Give yourself permission to close your eyes and meditate, right? Like, you don't have to be on guard all the time. You don't have to be a workaholic all the time. If you want to, like, work, but then take a little break. Take time to get to know the weeds. Take time to meditate. Take time to drink some tea. Take time to just be. And Dahlia has the poetry for you that says, beauty, charm, dignity, and grace. Stand tall and proud. Life is no race. Keep yourself in check. Stay cool. Let others play the ignorant fool. Don't stoop down to their primitive level. Stay dignified. Outwit the devil. Dang. So you actually really do have your shit together. I'm absolutely certain of that as well. So it's like, stay focused, stay balanced, stay dignified, stand tall and proud, however you want to be, whoever you are. No, you do always have options though. And you have a wide resource list to tap into, from ancients to foreign exchange energies, to the energy of the warrior in the night, to ancient Egypt, to the flower realm, to Dahlia. So anyways, are you living life dignified and in a way that you want? Really, I would say with this pile, the ball is in your court. Absolutely. So the only thing that you need now is a dragon. And you got a black dragon, a very dignified black dragon, who is here to hold you. I know, here you are as a knight and a dignified Egyptian queen and a Dahlia princess and a meditating, independent Tibetan Buddhist, and yet the dragon wants to hold you. Cocoons you so that your divine potential grows. So yeah, bless you. You do have a message to meditate, to reflect, and undergo a metamorphosis. So yeah, you are allowed to change. You are allowed to expand and become more of who you truly are. And I think that's what the nudging was at first. There was a little resistance to change that came in with the night. However, now you have a dragon to hold you. And in this picture, it's beautiful because he's wrapping his black tail and his whole body actually around a new plant, a new sproutling that has like a energetic glass dome bubble over it. And there's little like sparkle stars coming off of it, but it's just cocooning the plant so it can grow. And that's what it wants to do to you as well. Cocoons you so that your divine potential grows. You already know how to work hard, play hard, think hard, defend hard, whatever. Now grow into your divinity, grow into the wisdom, be reborn into that energy. Take all of your assets, all of your wisdom, lessons, learnings, and take it with you now into an expanded divine aspect of yourself. And so yeah, two cheers for that. And yeah, 2 reminders definitely in front of me for you to meditate and reflect. Meditate and reflect. Let your black dragon hold you and cocoon you. Undergo a metamorphosis and let your divine potential grow. And with that, your Ondarian crystal is the Ondarian Earth Green. And it is as emerald as it gets. And it pulls in all of the green that has been building throughout your cards here. I didn't realize how much green was in front of me until now. The Ondarian Earth Green is here with a message for you. Great abundance, prosperity, and success are yours, and I will open you to receive it. My essence holds great magic, mystery, and knowledge. Hold me and visualize how you would like your life to be and look. I will bring you miracle manifestations. Your heart's deepest desire is to create heaven on earth, and I hold the blueprint for that creation. My Gaia green energy represents the heart of Mother Earth, connecting with your heart, bringing you into perfect alignment with Mother Earth. I bring you gifts of unconditional love and infinite compassion for yourself, for others, for the earth, and all of life. All right. I was kind of thinking I was done with this podcast because I was getting distracted with other things. And then I'm like, oh, wait, I didn't upload anything because I didn't finish it because it's 12:06 now. But anyways, all right. So whoopsie daisy, but life starts living. And then, if you're like me, born in 1978, you kind of just go with the flow. So anyways, is that a characteristic of people my age? Are we going with the flow more than other people? Just wondering. My graduating class has never had a class reunion or nothing like that. And I think it was just kind of like collectively, like we're all just like, whatever, dude, like whatever. Nobody wants to do it. Okay, fine. Do you care if we know? We're kind of like that. So anyways, 1978. Well, actually, it's just 78 is the number. You don't have to be 42 years old. You don't have to be in your 40s to pick this pile. If you just resonate with the number 78 because you like that joke, why was 9 afraid of 7? Because 7, 8, 9 or something. Ha 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 ha. If that's your reason, you can pick this pile or whatever. So, speaking of numbers, I just want to say that I'm uploading the Yellow Dock podcast to YouTube. And I think if I'm reading correctly, it's episode number 268. So I am plugging along at YouTube, getting all of the episodes of Ho archived there into a playlist as well. So if you ever want to go that route in the future to reference back to some, or because you think of somebody who has been like wanting to explore a certain topic and you want to send them the episode in YouTube videos, an easy way to do that. Like if you know somebody who wants to manifest more tranquility or joy, send them to that video. Just saying, you're allowed to do that, and you might be inspired to do that if you think it would help them. Okie doke. Ready for your last pile? Were you greedy and just wanted to get all the cards? You wanted 3 dragons, right? Then here we go. Let's do this. 78. It's got the gray border. I'm wearing gray and black striped sweater dress today, and every time I look in the mirror, I don't know, it makes me look like completely washed out. Is this what Beetlejuice or Freddy Krueger wore or something? Like, I feel like a zombie in this sweater dress. And I don't know if it's like just my insomnia, lack of sleep coming out through the bags under my eyes, and I'm looking kind of, you got color in your face, Sade? Like, I'm kind of looking like that in this sweater. Like, this isn't really a flattering outfit for me. I just want to say that. I'll try it again like on a well-rested day and see. But yeah, it's kind of strange how it's making me appear to myself. So gray sometimes can do that to you. Sometimes you love it, sometimes you hate it. Sometimes it feels classy, like having a gray wall in your room. Although maybe to other people it might seem dreary. Like gray could seem dark or it could seem cozy, depending on your perspective of it. Your little card that's coming with number 78, and 7 plus 8, I didn't even add those up because I can't. It's it's 15, and then 1 plus 5 equals 6. So yeah, I didn't even go that far in the numerology of it because 78 to me is just such a personal number because it's the year I was born. But if you want to condense it into a 6, we might have a message of the heart coming through. Or, even better, your card that I flipped over first says, eat dessert first. And I just looked up and saw 441. Now, why is that number important to me? Well, that's the time I was born in the morning at 4:41 a.m. So, and who's going to argue with eating dessert first? So apparently this is my pile. Okay, so work can feel like drudgery when it regularly cancels out fun activities. Late nights at the office preempt catching a favorite weekly TV show or relaxing with a magazine, right? You could be skipping out on cuddling with a loved one if you're just working. Weekend plans get rearranged so you can go into the office and finish up a project. You know, the workaholic in me is going to want to argue this. Because what if you love your project? Hey, I love my projects. That's why I do them like a psychomaniac. Now back off. All right, so here's the message. Next time you have a chance to indulge yourself, don't delay gratification. Oh my God. The words are so tiny. Arrange a schedule that honors playtime. Yeah, don't delay gratification. That's a weird word, actually. Gratification. Arrange a schedule that honors playtime. It will diffuse the sense of being chained to your desk and resulting low productivity. So I'll even tell you myself, like, yeah, I do a lot of work at my desk and at the laptop, but I am constantly like, whenever, like, okay, like right now my video has to export or whatever videos do before they get uploaded. And while it's doing that, I do something else. I don't just sit here and wait. You know, I switch to laundry, I do the clothes, I pull a card for myself, I work on another project, I know. But, you know, you could have fun. You go outside, take the dogs out. You could listen to some music. A lot of times when I'm working and I'm not recording, I listen to Purified Radio by Nora and Pure. I dance, I move around, I make more tea for the 500th time. You know, just kind of stuff like that. Like, I trust me, I do not delay gratification. Don't worry. I'm eating my dessert first on a lot of different levels. But anyways, when you do that, your productivity will actually be greater. And they've studied this in office settings too. Like, when they make it more enjoyable for their employees, they actually get more work done. So make sure you're doing that for yourself as well. If you got to do some work this weekend, go to the beach on Saturday and then into the office on Sunday if you must. You've eaten your vegetables first for enough years. Now try a big helping of chocolate cake first, at least for one meal. Taking advantage of opportunities to relax is especially important when you have a job that demands a lot from you. So moms, you know, as my mom is texting me, she's probably ready to bring me water and get out of the house and come over. As you're giving and working for everybody else, make sure that you're taking time to indulge, to have your dessert first, to relax first, to make sure like, yep, my mom says I'll be over shortly. Okay, exclamation point. So make sure you're taking time to yum yum, do something good for you. Now, your flower whisperer says, don't judge each day by the harvest you reap, but by the seeds you plant. So you've eaten your vegetables first. So, which basically is another way of saying you have planted many, many, many seeds. Just turn it to low. We're melting chocolate for peanut butter balls. Trust me, we're going to eat dessert first today. Like, we are totally in alignment with the last pile of messages here, number 78. But it's like, I might plant a lot of seeds in a day and nothing looks like it's sprouted, obviously. The last 2 years are kind of like this in a way. So I can't judge each day by what I've reaped, but what about the seeds that I planted? So if your projects aren't, it's like you're not seeing the rewards quite yet. Well, are you enjoying the planting of the seeds? Are you enjoying the process? Are you making sure that part of your process has quite a bit of chocolate cake in it? And by chocolate cake, that can actually, yeah, sure, let's eat some chocolate cake. Or it's just things that you find enjoyable. You love the process of creating. You love the work. It's okay to love the work. I have a friend, and she is a interior designer, and financially she does not need to work, but she loves the work. She lives for the work. She loves the work. She loves to plant the seeds. She probably doesn't even stay around to see the harvest, right? No, she plants the seeds and sees the harvest. But it's like, if you take joy in what you're doing, work is not going to seem like work, because you're loving the process. Oh, now I totally skipped over your essential oil card that I should have probably went with next to stay in congruency with the rest of the messages and piles that I've done before, but my left hand had a mind of its own and flipped over the plant spirit oracle, and it's burdock. Talk about sweethearts and sweetness. Burdock is a very sweet tea, mild and sweet, but honey, for a root, it is sweet. Burdock it's not quite as sweet as chocolate cake, obviously, but if you wanted a sweetness in your cup, burdock root decoction, you want to simmer those roots for a while, you'll be surprised if you've never had it before how sweet it is. And yeah, it has a message too. Recovery, rest, fallow. So it's saying, listen, if you're working hard working, you better take at least a morning off this weekend. You better take some time to recover and rest and go into your little seed shell, your little fallow, your little darkness. So very cute how it wanted to come in. And this picture is of a burdock root seed that's just starting to sprout. So don't judge each day by the harvest you reap, but by the seeds you plant. And take comfort in knowing that burdock was not even going to wait. Like, my left hand just jumped. It just was like lifted up and flipped over the card before I even knew what I was doing. Like, burdock wants you to know that your seeds are sprouting. Your harvest day is coming. So try not to judge the days, any of them anymore. And just enjoy the planting and the nourishing. And maybe sometimes, as far as soil goes, sometimes you got to let it rest. Sometimes you got to put a whole bunch of autumn leaves on the garden and let it rest all winter. And then in the spring, bam, things are ready to sprout then. But these times of rest and recovery and fallow are just as important as the planting and the growing and the harvesting. So it's just like, hey, yo, you've done the work. Now eat your dessert first. Your essential oil is clove. Sea love, right? Clove. It has a message of friendship, protection, and voice. And she has like the shh finger up on her lips. And she's very bronzed and brown and beautiful. And she's got gold glitter, gold foil decorations across her forehead and her throat and her hand. And she's got all these cloves all around her and for hair and clothing. Haha. Now the flip side of all this could be gossiping, maliciousness, and feeling numb. So if you've been like working so hard that you are just so detached, overly detached. Now I like a little healthy detachment. Like every day when I make the Daniel Scranton video and I open up iMovie, I take my sound video and you have to detach the audio from the picture. And I always laugh because it's like, that's a good reminder for me and my projects to detach from them. So yes, I've sat here and I've made this podcast and I'm trying to hurry up before my mom gets here. And as I upload it, in that very instant, I have to detach from it. Because the point is to enjoy the making of the podcast. It does not matter how many people listen to it, if it makes any money or not, which these ones do not. None of my podcasts anymore have ads on them. And so that means I'm making $0. Does that matter? Apparently to my throat chakra that's trying to close down. Maybe it does. But the whole point is I have to detach from every creation that I make and let it do what it's going to do. So as you plant the seed, you bless it, you love it, and you walk the fuck away and you detach from it and it's going to do whatever it wants to do. Okay? So now the clove has a message for you that says, I express myself without apology or censorship. I was wondering why I was getting so swearing there. Why? Because I express myself without apology or censorship. I speak with authority and compassion, but also know when to be silent. So yeah, I make podcasts. This is my pile, you guys. I talk. Well, Burdock says, yep, and you better recover and rest and take time for fallow and know when to quit talking and know when to be silent if you want to not have another November 2020. I hope you've learned your lesson. Yeah, I have. I'm going to eat my dessert first. I'm going to make sure I am well rested. I'm going to make sure that I know when to speak with authority and compassion, but also know when to be silent. When I want to express myself, I will do so, uncensored, unapologetically. But I'm full of compassion, so it's going to be okay. But I also know when to shut it. I also know when to be quiet, to be silent, to maintain my inner fallow or just nurture my quiet, my rest. I don't need to have a microphone in front of my face all the time. I know when to be quiet and rest. All right, very good. The flower magic is osteospermum. Osteospermum. What'd you say to me? Osteospermum. It's a message of transformation. Now that is the Latin name for this flower. And I'm trying to think what the common name would be. Hold on. Daisies. But this is an orange daisy. So I don't know if it has a special name. You okay? Maybe it's a cape daisy or a daisy bush. That was just a iPad falling on the floor. This is a daisy, but it looks more special than a daisy like you're thinking. This is orange, and then in the center, it's like pinkish around the very middle of the seed head. It's very, very unique looking. But here's your message, and my message too for transformation. Now, the woman on this card is fantastic. She's in tribal face paint. She's got like almost like a mohawk thing going on. Absolutely. I do not object to this look whatsoever for myself and everyone. This would be fun. Now, osteospermum daisies, orange daisies, says, into a glorious phoenix you will transform. Never in this life shall you conform. Spread your wings and fly far away. Complete your transformation this very day. Change what you want or who you are, and become a bright and shining star. So yeah, as we plant our seeds, as we allow ourselves to just be who we are, we will give ourselves this space to transform into that unapologetic authority in our own life. So yeah, I love it because it says, never in this life shall you conform. Never, ever, ever. That's why sometimes you just want to be uncensored and a little rough around the edges on purpose. So life knows to step back from you. I am going to be who I am in this life. To hell with your conformity. And I think next year in 2021, one of the Power Up podcasts that we'll be doing on Wednesday, if I'm remembering correctly, we will be talking about individuality and how important it is, oh my gosh, for all of creation, for you to be you. All right, for you to be you, the bright and shining star who you are. So yeah, you absolutely have the power to transform yourself. You absolutely have the power and determination to fulfill your purpose and do what you need to do. Would you like a dragon to get it done? How about an air and water dragon? The air and water dragon, who is coming out of the ocean with some flying fish, 4 flying fish beside it, like getting ready to breach like a whale, I think. Ooh, so amazing. Or maybe it's getting ready to take flight into the air for a while before it goes back into the ocean. It can live in 2 different realms. And the air and water dragon helps you to connect to higher frequencies. And that's what happens when you eat your dessert first. You will connect to your higher frequencies. So this dragon that has these beautiful wings, blue wings, says trust your intuition. Develop your psychic abilities. Be open to enlightenment. Express your inner song. Yes, unapologetically, uncensored, who you are. You will never conform. You will express your inner song. Not to be bossy, but you will be open to enlightenment, and you are going to trust your intuition. And thus, you will develop your psychic abilities. You have this energy of transformation among you. Your Andarian crystal is the Andarian Merlin Blue. And it's so short and sweet, which is perfect. So listen up. Dear one, dear one, I help you to bring thought into form on the physical level. Hold me while you visualize the life you desire, and I will act as the bridge between the unmanifest and the manifest. My essence will use the energy of your thoughts to masterfully sculpt and create your life. As you think it, so shall it be. So I hope you enjoyed those ho-ho-ho messages. It's really not ho-ho time yet. I mean, I'll be putting in a full week next week and the week after, and then the 20 weeks after that. So there's no stopping for this workaholic, but I will rest, I will recover, I will transform, I will trust in my intuition, I'll develop my psychic abilities, be open to enlightenment, express my inner song, be unapologetic who I am, and get shit done. After I eat my dessert first. So thanks so much for hanging out with me at this TGIF, end of the week. Thank you again and again and again to our Herb of the Week, Ella campaign. So much love to you.